One season in the sun on Santa Cruz Voice for Tuesday, July 21. Major League Cricket gave us just about everything we could have asked for. 32 of the 34 matches were competitive. Even one of the two that wasn't close was still entertaining. And every playoff game seemed to come down to the final over. That's how you build a sport. Meanwhile, FIFA is probably too busy cashing checks to notice. But something has to be done about the number of boring matches in major professional football tournaments. And while we're at it, am I the only one who smells something funny about the Golden Boot race? Plus, Argentina once again showed they have players who, when they lose, sometimes choose violence instead of composure. Rachel checked in, so we've got this week and bubbles coming up as well. Let's get into it.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, that's what happens when you don't you haven't listened to it to begin with. All right, let's see what we got here. We have got let's see. Well, Royals and Giants played last night. 4-3 win for the Royals. They're going to be going again tonight. Avila against Mali. Rupp is going to be on Wednesday against Seth Lugo. Let's see here. The weather. 74 here in Monterey. Actually, 77 here in Monterey. It just changed as I did this. Wow, that is why I am sweating to death. 88 in Hollister, 81 in Salinas. It is, hold on, let me get some stuff handled here. Okay, 74 in San Francisco, 92 in San Jose, 90 in Gilroy, 81 in Gorman, which is on the way to Anaheim, which is 84, and it is, and that is, well, that's why I'm sweating to death. 77 here, where all of the humidity is always bad. It's never a fun thing there. Okay, hold on here. Are you going to request to come in or not?
I'm here.
Oh, okay, there you are. Okay. All right. So, and then, oh, wait, hold on.
In from Greater Omaha, salt of the earth, no masquerade. Yes, uneasy around the black Escalade. It's Ken from Greater Omaha. Ken from Greater Omaha. No.
Yo.
Since it's a few days ago, we'll not do Major League Cricket or the World Cup as news. We'll do it more in the commentary section. So if you've got more news, please let us know.
Okay, I can rustle some up here.
It's that time again, where everything's breaking and nothing's fixed. Local storms, weird politics, and someone's emotional support iguana stealing the spotlight. That's your news with Kent from Greater Omaha.
All right, I am having serious problems with my phone right now, but I am going to power through this because I am a professional. And I am going to bring to the table, you see how I'm delaying, I am going to bring to the table the exact same level of genius coverage that I always, there it is. A wildfire in southern Monterey County is growing as firefighters work to contain the flames near the Williams Hill area. The Williams fire started near the Williams Hill campgrounds off San Ardo Road in Lockwood. Fire officials say the blaze grew quickly to around 100 acres, with crews using both ground resources and aircraft to battle the flames. CAL FIRE has been using air tankers and helicopters to slow the fire's spread while firefighters work to build containment lines. Officials say the terrain and dry vegetation are creating challenges for crews, but no structures have been reported threatened at this time. The Williams Hill area has seen several vegetation fires in recent years, including previous incidents near Lockwood that required air support. Firefighters are reminding residents to remain alert as hot, dry conditions increase wildfire risk across the Central Coast.
Okay.
Yeah, you see how I can read once it's in front of me? Look at me. That's how you know I passed kindergarten.
Well, there you go.
I realized that after that, you don't really need very much. So
Yeah.
I became an autodidact once I could pronounce it.
Yeah, no, I've got you there. Okay, so this was so un-Bay Area, un-Monterey Bay Area, but 73-year-old Capitola woman was killed Tuesday in what police say was a random stabbing outside Capitola Mall. Capitola Police Chief Sarah Ryan said the victim, Rachel Summers of Capitola, was attacked near the mall's food court exit shortly before 2:50 p.m. Officers arrived within minutes and found Summers suffering from multiple stab wounds on Clare Street across from the Macy's West entrance. Despite life-saving efforts by officers, Central Fire and AMR personnel, she died at the scene. Police arrested 19-year-old Tyre Liebelt, I think I'm pronouncing that, of Santa Cruz a short time later in the 1400 block of 41st Avenue. He was booked into the Santa Cruz County Jail on suspicion of first-degree murder, committing a felony while on bail. Bail was denied. And detectives say the investigation indicates that the stabbing was a random act of violence and there's no evidence the suspect and victim knew each other. Authorities also say the attack was an isolated incident as there was no ongoing threat to the community. And here's something that I really want to put into this. It happened near the food court in the parking lot, and yet they were so eager. Hold on.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the hosts and do not necessarily reflect the views of Santa Cruz Voice.
And since, the folks at all the news agencies were so eager to connect it with the mall, the first thing was mentioned, active stabber at Santa Cruz Mall was what everybody says. When I rewrote it, I removed the sensationalism of, oh my gosh, there's some people killing each other at the mall. And
yeah, no, it was just the parking lot.
It was the parking.
Don't make it sound crazy.
It was the parking lot. And here's the thing too. This dude, if you actually go look at the pictures on some of the things where they're showing him having been arrested, he's wearing a head to toe, I'm taking this thing off later, one of those not quite hazmat, but certainly get all the bloody crap off of you suits when he's arrested. Which is kind of like to me, well, why didn't you take that off before you ran down? I don't know. It was just kind of.
Oh yeah, he's dressed like like a psycho in Dead Rising.
Sure. Yeah.
Which takes place at a mall. Oh, well, that's comforting.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's. I don't get some of this stuff, but I'm like, alrighty. And so it is. Yeah, it was a crazy thing too. I mean, they are so trying to tag the mall with it when it really had nothing to do with the mall or people there or anything like that. It was just. Lady was leaving the mall and a guy, found his victim on the way in, and it was.
We got a guy here in our town that he likes to hang around the parking garage and stab people, and he got arrested for it, and they let him back out. And I was talking to my friend who lives in Colorado about it, and he's like, "Oh, the homeless guy who likes to stab people?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh man, he loves stabbing." Like, that's his thing. So maybe don't let him out,
Yeah, that's all. That's very much a thing where you're like, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's yeah, yes,
It's
and
deeply antisocial behavior. What do we do with you?
that is kind of the thing that did strike me about this situation, in that, yes, part of one of the key elements in there, he was out on bail. So, yeah,
For presumably jumping a turnstile.
I don't know, but
Okay.
very unlikely
Well, I'm
it was
starting to
for
wonder if
jumping a
maybe it was
turnstile, because there aren't really turnstile things in Santa Cruz County. But
Maybe he called someone turnstile and then jumped them.
I don't know. Who knows? But that was, that is truly kind of a bizarre kind of situation. But yeah, no,
I tell you who I blame. Whoever played Nurse Ratched in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
okay. All right.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's my opinion.
Okay. Do I need to do the thing there? I don't know. Maybe not.
Well, I'll own it.
Okay. All right. Okay, sure.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the hosts and do not necessarily reflect the views of Santa Cruz Voice.
Okay. So
There, nice and legal.
there you go. Let's see here. Yeah. We'll take a quick little interlude, and then we will come right back to do stuff. Non-breaking news stuff about Major League Cricket, World Cup, stuff like that. Okay, so we'll be right back.
And from Greater Omaha,
17, it was Friday night. Windows halfway down, blowing out the speakers with the radio till that cop said, turn it down. $20 felt like $1 million in my $100 car. We never talked about tomorrow, still trying to find out who we are. We were gonna live forever. Where did all that time go? We blinked and now those Friday nights are 40 years ago. If somebody's got the answer, they're the only one I know. We were gonna live forever. Where did all that time go? Billy Kay's old house belongs to someone new. The place we all hung out is now a vacant lot strewn with tires, cars, and shoes. Back then we swore those days would last. We never drift apart. Funny how the things we never wanted are the ones that break our hearts. We were gonna live forever. Where did all that time go? We blinked and now those Friday nights are 40 years ago. If somebody's got the answer, they're the only one I know. We were gonna live forever. Where did all that time go? That song I take keeps us hanging on.
All right, we're back right here on One Season in the Sun. Ooh, okay, so let's get into Major League Cricket first before we get into the other stuff.
Sure, you can take a swing at it.
Yeah, Major League Cricket provided 32 out of 34 matches total in the tournament of really good, competitive, sometimes defensive, sometimes high scoring. In fact, there were many records done in this tournament. We'll go over a few of them here. Let's see. But there was nothing kind of dredgy about any of in any of the matches where you're like, oh my God, will this thing's end? And it's exactly what a professional tournament, a professional sport should be. And, we'll get into FIFA here in a minute, but it's like, okay, so here are some of the records, okay? And this is a ICC, the International Governing Body of Cricket League. So records set here are T20 records, okay? So fastest century in MLC history, Nicholas Puran went 31 off 100 balls for MI New York against Washington Freedom. By the way, in the eliminator playoff game. So the third and fourth place teams played to who got to go on and who went home. He did this achievement and lost. So that was crazy. But breaking the previous league record in MLC history, highest successful run chase in MLC history. Washington Freedom chased 268 to be MI New York. By the way, this is also the highest scoring match in T20 cricket ever and the highest chase in T20 cricket ever. Okay. Most sixes in a men's T20 match. In the MI New York Washington playoff had 51 sixes. The first T20 match with 3 centuries, Nicholas Puran, Steve Smith, and Andres Gus all scored hundreds in the same match. The first time that's happened in a men's T20 game ever. Most runs in a T20 tournament in MLC history. 547. Most sixes, Andres Gus with 38. And second most runs, Matthew Short with 513. And for a league that's only in its 4th season, 26 was great. And although some of the in-person stuff wasn't the amount they were I'm sure wanting, except for the final was like 13,000-14,000 people, but the 75 to 200 million people a night watching around the world, hey, I tell you what, that'll support a league for a while. And it was really good tournament, and I kept trying to put into people who who could do its ear, hey, maybe instead of letting somebody buy the stadium without being able to do anything with the parking lot and tear down the stadium because they have to leave the parking lot for the arena, it's being bought separately. Maybe buy the stadium, make it so it would take full cricket dimensions, and bring India and Pakistan in for a 3-match series once a year, 3-match T20 series or a 5-day test, and that would honestly pay your mortgage on the stadium. I'm just telling you, because they're not selling the stadium for much, and I think they could, I think it would support the buying of the stadium. And really, if they use the whole thing, all of the stuff out in center field, I'm telling you, they would have, they would be able to make their amount they need for the mortgage on the stadium. I'm just telling you, they would. Because you could sell those things for $500 sitting up close, and you could sell it for $1,000 a head up in the suites up out there in the center field. So I refuse to call it what they try to call it out there. So I mean, it was great. The place in the new thing in Pomona, which I have been told if I don't come to some of the games in Pomona next year, I may not be approved for my credential. And I said that wasn't nice, and then she said, well, I'm just kidding, but you need to come to Pomona. And I'm like, okay, so I'll make an effort on that one next year. Pomona is going to be where the Olympic tournament is going to be held in 2028. Cricket, and we talked about this with a few of the players, where cricket finally coming back into the Olympics after 100 years out. And let's just be honest here with us. There are peeps in the world that have never heard of basketball. There are peeps that have never heard of American football, which is going to be in the Olympics, this year as well. There are countries they don't play rugby. The second most popular sport in the world is cricket, and it has not been the Olympics in several years. Okay. Yes.
It's so hard to introduce, new events to the Olympics, because look what happened with breakdancing.
Yeah. Well, breakdancing is such a subjective kind of thing. I mean, and
so you're saying if you owned a cricket collective with your spouse, it wouldn't have any bearing on whether or not you went to represent, for example, I don't know, let's pull a country out of the clear blue sky, Australia.
Well, okay, I think that this would not be a thing, because there is no international breakdancing competition body, where there is for cricket, just like there is for football. And
I'm announcing my desire to start an international governing body for breakdancing.
Oh.
It's my idea. I said it here first.
Okay. Well, there you go. Sure.
I have ADHD, so it might not happen, but it was my idea.
Okay. Yeah, I am being tormented by dogs right now. I tried to do the thing where I put some treats around for Darla to find in her bed, and Darla decided to go bark at something. So Enzo came up, and because he felt guilty because he knows he's not supposed to be in Darla's bed, tried to eat all the treats at once and tried to choke himself. So I'm sitting here like going, okay, it's okay. I allow you to eat treats. Don't think you have to eat them all at once. And then Darla comes back and she's like, "Where's my treats? I was saving them. I buried them. I buried them with invisible dirt. They should be safe."
Yeah.
It was a thing. So yeah, that was the whole thing with Major League Cricket was really, really cool. Definitely, I went to all the games in Oakland. I feel like I should go to all the games in Oakland, if assuming there is an Oakland next year, and most of the games in Pomona next year. So I'm definitely going to try to do all of that next year. So that'll be a good thing there. and so, yeah, that was just a super fun thing there. So you know what I'm going to do? I am going to go to, wait. Okay. Hold on, let me go to, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to do the commercial break thing. We're going to switch over to the TikTok, and we'll be right back here on One Season in the Sun. Okay, really, I'm going to play it.
Ever say the wrong thing at exactly the wrong time? Of course you have. Now there's a Fix One tap delivers a perfectly timed, emotionally appropriate apology, complete with eye contact, tone, and just enough accountability to get you out of trouble, but not enough to admit full guilt. Coworker mad? Tap. Partner upset? Tap twice. Accidentally replied all to the entire office? Hold it down for 3 seconds. Because saying my bad shouldn't cost you your entire weekend. You ever wish your dog could just tell you what they want? Well, now they can, and you might regret it. Hear exactly what your dog is thinking in real time.
Why are you leaving again?
That's not a walk, that's a suggestion.
I saw you eat. I did not eat. Explain.
With modes for honest, passive-aggressive, and full judgment. Finally understand your dog at your own emotional risk. Feel like your weekends are way too short? They are. So now there's a way to fix it. Add a full bonus day between Saturday and Sunday. That's right, a second Saturday.
Sleep in again, cancel plans again. Say I'll get to it tomorrow again.
Side effects may include confusion, calendar arguments, and refusing to acknowledge Monday. Because one Sunday is already too many.
Wanna feel like you're in shape without doing anything about it?
Now you can. No workouts, no sweat, no judgment, no results. But you still get to say, yeah, I've been in the gym a lot lately.
Includes unlimited imaginary cardio, fictional strength training, and zero accountability.
Upgrade and get a free water bottle you'll carry around but never use.
Look like you're trying.
All right, we're back right here.
Ever say
Right here on One Season in the Sun. Yeah, there is, okay, we're going to talk here about football soon as Kent jumps in here. All right. Okay, so, make sure he gets on there. La 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 la. Okay, did you? Okay, it's sent. Here is a. Yeah, because, all right, so my friend Marco was going, oh, FIFA favorite Argentina whole thing, and then Argentina favorite, VA to SAR decisions and all that. Yeah, the Argentina losing in the final, I don't know if it puts it to bed, but it certainly makes it so that, you can't say, well, they needed them to win. I don't think they needed them to win. I tell you what, this was the most boring winning thing ever. Spain played 8 games in the tournament, allowed 1 goal, and really and truly just really was a snooze fest. And international football has got to be better than that. I think it's truly got to be better than that, because it can't just be 0-0, 1-1-0 tilts going all the way through, and then nothing happening, nothing being really looking like it's going anywhere further. And a team I mean, I realize the defensive prowess of a team giving up one goal in 8 games, but still, just it's boring football. I mean, it looked like both teams set on the final to say, okay, let's go to penalties. And it's like, oh, dude, seriously, let's not go to penalties, And it almost went to us having another half an hour, and it was just tedious. And watching any of the Spanish games this year was tedious. So, yeah, that's my take on the tournament in general. FIFA's got to do better. A few years ago, they put this new ball out there where they were like, hey, this football is going to be so much better than, and it's going to create so much more scoring and blah, blah, blah. And they even told you how they were trying to make more scoring because they knew it was bad. But now this year they don't care. This year they could give a rat's patootie whether or not the games are boring or not, because they were just racking it in. And so that's, I don't know, that for me was just a thing. Plus the first FIFA World Cup final halftime that had a halftime show. So there's something. There's something for sure.
Was it a marching band?
No, they had everybody from they literally had everybody here. Here, give us some what you were seeing when you were watching that here, and I will go through the list here real quick. Go ahead.
Well, I was just saying that like the very first Super Bowl halftime show was in fact a marching band. So I was just curious if it was.
This is true. But
it's wild because, I mean, from where it started to ending up with like Michael Jackson and like Prince and, 50 Cent Upside Down, like it goes to show that, the halftime, well, in general, I think the purpose of the halftime show is for everyone who's not there for sports.
Yeah. Well, the one in Santa Clara this year, the problem with it was made only for the people on TV. It was not made for anybody for the Super Bowl this year anyway. It was not made for people inside because the people inside didn't get to see it. They saw
grass.
They saw a bunch of bushes. Yes. Okay. So
and it moved.
Yeah. So the FIFA World Cup halftime show, the first one ever, included Madonna, Shakira, joined by Burna Boy, who unfortunately pulled back the curtain on the fourth wall because he forgot to put his microphone near his mouth when he was doing one of his call-ins, and so it was obviously the whole thing was lip synced. Hey, Shakira does a really good job of convincing you she's doing it live. Okay, Burna Boy did not, and Burna Boy was actually the only person on the stage at the time wearing shoes because apparently he doesn't like his toes. BTS was there. Justin Bieber was there. Actually, okay. So here, it also featured Ted Lasso.
Okay, that's fun.
It featured Ted Lasso saying that they were going to bring in the big sub, and the big sub was Justin Bieber. So that was actually really cool. That was actually kind of cool. That was my favorite part, was Ted Lasso and his assistant coach introducing them.
And curated by Coldplay's Chris Martin, but.
Yes, no.
Did he ruin any relationships during this show?
I don't think so. Coldplay was there.
Okay.
New York's PS22 Chorus was there. Gustavo Dudamel was there. He's a conductor, so okay. It also included Emmanuel Kelly, Dr. Teeth, and the let's see. Hold on a second. Is the band called Doctor? It's called Dr. Teeth and something. I can't think of this here.
Yeah, it's Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem.
The Electric Mayhem were there. They played. Adriana Lima for the debut of Coldplay's original song "We Dance." And
Dr. Teeth isn't actually looking that long in the tooth.
No, he's a Muppet. He's not really growing. He's not really growing. If I'd known that the Muppets were going to be there, I would have I would have worn my Sesame Street shirt. Except for that Snuffleupagus, the big yellow bird, was not there. And so, yeah, I mean, it was busy. I'm not gonna lie, it was busy, but it was watchable. Also seeing different angles of it, not just the angle inside the row of hedges. It was watchable by people in the stadium. I think honestly, NFL did not give a crap about the people in the stadium in September and February, excuse me.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the hosts and do not necessarily reflect the views of Santa Cruz Voice.
See, got to make sure that's all there.
Well, that's borne out by the fact that, again, if you were in the stands, you saw tall grass that shifted a little bit.
Yes, for the most part. I mean, there was a time he was standing on a telephone pole, but then once he went down into the grass, that was it. There was nothing else.
My bad. Tall grass and telephone poles.
Yeah. Got a bunch of people coming in for the on the TikTok. Thank you guys for joining. Please,
hey, welcome.
Like, put some likes in. Maybe you do a follow. Who knows? But yeah. So that was one of the things FIFA did well. Highest scoring game at the tournament was the third place game. And I'm going to have a conspiracy theory right here. Hold on, let me see here. That's not my conspiracy theory.
It's the perfect conspiracy song.
No.
The opinion.
I used to have... That isn't... I don't have a conspiracy theory song, so maybe this...
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the hosts and do not necessarily reflect the views of Santa Cruz Voice.
Okay, there we go. Highest scoring game at the tournament was a 5-3 win by England over France in the third place game, which goals in that counted for the Golden Boot. I'm going to say this smells like a rat. Because Kylian Mbappe needed a goal to go over Messi's total for the tournament. Got 2 after the game was 4-0. This just feels like two teams that either said we don't want to play defense, or teams that have conspired to say we'll give Mbappe the Golden Boot lead in exchange for third place. And you know what? I've heard it way too many times to not think there's some credibility to it. That's right.
So you're saying that there's they have the same integrity as the Spell-Olympics in season 14 of The Simpsons?
Yes. Maybe more or maybe less. Who knows? But yeah.
Bravo, my boy. You shall be champion.
There you go. Here was another thing on this, and this really kind of got me on a thing too. And has this happened before? Has Argentina committed violent acts after losses before. So let's check this out. This was perhaps the most unsporting act by a team that's supposed to be worthy of being champions. And we'll say ever.
Yeah, what are you, the Eagles?
Let's see here. Okay, so Argentina also started a brawl after they lost to Germany in the 2006 World Cup quarterfinal.
And in 2014.
And, it doesn't say that there was a 2014 thing.
In Buenos Aires? It says, while most fans were peaceful, that's good, mostly peaceful, groups of vandals threw stones, smashed store windows, and damaged public property, leading to heavy police.
I'm not talking about fans. I'm talking on the field, players not being able to handle their crap.
Ah, okay.
Okay, no. Sunday's thing is now investigating another post-defeat brawl involving Argentina, including Leandro Paredes, confrontations with Eric Garcia and Gavi. Now, most people didn't see it because the world feed is the only feed available on TV. It became a thing because people in the stands with phones and or cameras and photographers in the stadium who loaded up stuff. You had to load something up quick before FIFA came, because FIFA does this. This is not my opinion, but I'm going to play this anyway.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the hosts and do not necessarily reflect the views of Santa Cruz Voice.
Which is one of the reasons FIFA tries to control anything that is, they tried to control this because they told everybody who had a camera that was there on an official business in the stadium to destroy any, to not put out and destroy any, video or photos of the incident. So anybody.
This is a good example of the institutions of the past trying to deal with the future, because in a world of cloud storage, like, how can you guarantee that you would get all those photos?
Well, because here's the thing. Anybody that had here's how they guarantee it for people who are in the stadium on credentials. If it gets out, if they determine it's from your vantage point, and if they determine that somebody that puts it out, let's say you give it to a friend and they put it out, but that friend wasn't in the stadium, and they will search you down that bad, because this is embarrassing to them. Team loses and one of their players starts trying to beat the hell out of players on the other team. This is embarrassing for them. But if they determine that you're the one that supplied somebody with the video, or the written opinion is one thing, but video of it is another.
Because it's harder to deny if you have evidence of it.
Well, it's not that, deny. It's just when they hand down the slap on the wrist, they need to have it be, it wasn't that bad, right? So
sure.
So when they're in this thing, they're like, okay, get rid of all that. But if they find that from your vantage point, And they'll search it down. What phone was it? What device was it? All of that. If they find it was you, you're never getting into a thing again.
No, I guess, yeah, it's again, the future. So even if you have a camera, they have cameras, and
well, yeah, they have cameras in the stadium, but they also will triangulate you, and they will find where that came from. Also, by the way,
right.
Further swag I got from Major League Cricket. I got this very nice embroidered Major League LA Knight Riders, Major League Cricket, LA Knight Riders, champions of Major League Cricket for 2026. We'll talk a little more about that tomorrow. There was no way to save the most, exciting game of the tournament for the last game, but man, they did. And we will talk.
They're not football.
No, they just, oh my Lord, they were just like, oh my Jesus.
Now, did you talk about the 2022 incident versus the Netherlands?
Was that in the stadium or outside the stadium?
It was in the stadium. It was one of the most fiery matches in modern World Cup history. It set a record for the most yellow cards in a FIFA World Cup match at 18. Leandro Paredes smashed a deliberate tackle into Nathan Ake before violently blasting the ball directly into the Dutch substitute's bench, triggering a massive bench-clearing brawl.
Well, obviously this guy should not be doing stuff again. Oh, hey, here's something we are going to do here. Hold on here. All right, hold on. Oh my goodness. All right, here we go. All right, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Let me try this out.
This week in bubbles feels just right. This week in bubbles feels just right. This week in bubbles, she's a fun, she's a queen, floating higher on the stream. This week in bubbles, keep the scene. She's the living legend of your technicolor dream.
They say it's only air and soap, but she makes it a universe. Welcome to This Week in Bubbles.
It's that last blast you got to get there. Rachel sent me something. Let's see what it is. Let's see. She had another tooth extracted. Turned out it had 4 roots. Part of her thinks it still might have been salvageable with a root canal and a crown, but she doesn't have the resources to go that route right now. I don't know. Let's see. She had her first day off since last Tuesday after a dress rehearsal and 4 performances with the theater company. Oh, that's her daughter. Okay. Let's see. She did 3 Bubble Lady shows at the Highway 17 studios at Parish Pub. Why the hell is it going into AI? Let's see. Full red costume, top hat, sound system, the whole thing. She never actually finished negotiating a fee, so she didn't get paid. Oh, you got to finish negotiating the fee, dude. I mean, you got to negotiate the fee.
You got to close.
Yeah. Boardwalk has now approached her twice about bringing Bubble Lady back. So she likes to refer to herself in the third person. I'm just noticing this here. So she's due to give them another nudge or by email. And the producer group is moving ahead with the Santa Cruz Deal Lounge event on August 24th. And there we go. That is what we got there. It is 60 days till San Diego Yacht Rock Fest. That's fun.
Nice.
I'm not sure what that means. Let's see here. And oh man, this is it's been a crazy I don't know, it's been a crazy week of stuff. So I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm with it. I'm fine with it, and I'm good to go with what they're doing.
You know what I just realized?
No, go ahead.
Remember Chip and Dale? Chip and Dale, the Rescue Rangers?
Chip and Dale, yes. Chip and Dale.
Okay, so they
that's not Chip and
Dale. They
Dale.
are dressed like I'm not sure, but they are dressed like I think you're doing Itchy and Scratchy. Anyway, yes. I don't know why my voice is changing.
Yeah.
So, one of them is dressed like Indiana Jones, and the other one is dressed like Magnum P.I.
This is true.
I never knew that. I was just like, one of them's wearing a bomber jacket. Apropos of nothing, the other one's dressed like an obvious undercover cop. I don't know.
Well, there you go. Alrighty.
Anyone ever saw that mustache and was like, okay, this guy's obviously a cop. I don't care about the Ferrari.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, maybe that wasn't a character choice. Maybe it was just Tom Selleck being like, I'm not cutting my mustache.
Maybe so. All right. So I'll tell you what. So here, what we're gonna do. We're gonna come back tomorrow with some more stuff.
Yep.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't know exactly what we're doing, but we're gonna do stuff. All right. You know what? So we will be back tomorrow, and we will see you then. And there's that. What have I got here? Let's see here. Oh, there you go. Got something out of the archives, so we will play that full song on the podcast. We'll check you later. Bye.
Take it easy. Also, anybody wants to change around here, share it. There you go.
At the drenched sidewalk just outside her place, soft rain hides a tear she desperately denies. A month has passed since they went their ways. She reads old books to try to let time pass by. What does she think about when it rains? Do you get lost in the storms and still think about me? I can't imagine anywhere I'd rather be than with you when it rains. Through photos, one by one, chasing moments that break her smile. The quiet hangs heavy, it's always the same. Raindrops blur the window pane. What does she think about when it rains? Do you get lost in the storms and still think about me? does she think about when it rains? Do you get lost in the storms and still think about me? I can't imagine anywhere I'd rather be than with you when it rains. When it rains.